Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I hope everything's okay in your life. In this video, you will find the PvE tier list. I highly recommended listening to the explanation section. I have added some detailed explanations to help you understand how the tier list was prepared and how the classes were evaluated. We will also take a look at the visual for Dosa Awakening, which was not included in the previous tier list. In the final section, you will find the tier list presented in the table format. Without further ado, let's move on to the details. In 2024, I prepared two different tier lists. The first one contains a pretty detailed study, while the other is an updated version of the first one. I can say that it took weeks to prepare the first one because we analyzed the class reworks and tests that had been ongoing for 2 months without interruption beforehand. As a result of these analyses, a survey was sent to the class masters. They responded to this survey and shared their thoughts in that survey. After this extensive work, only a very minor balancing patch was made. In recent months, some changes were made that positively affected the PvE performance of few classes. For this reason, I decided to prepare this tier list for 2025. If you want to examine the large tier list that includes detailed explanation about the classes, you can find a link in the pinned comment section. In this video, I will not share the details of each class one by one. This way, I aim to keep it shorter and more understandable. We will only review Dosa Page. So, what do the tiers you see on the table mean? S+ tier represents by far the strongest classes you can play in Black Desert Online. These classes perform exceptionally well in almost every sport. Other means meta PvE classes. So what about S tier? I know many people are confused about this. However, S tier classes are also very powerful and will never disappoint you when you enjoy playing them. With the recent PvE rework and some minor changes on the PvE, it is now possible to say that many classes are S tier or close to S tier. A tier mostly represents classes that perform at an average level. B tier indicates classes that fall below average and need buffs. C and D tiers show classes with a very weak PvE performance. We can clearly say that these classes urgently need serious PvE reworks and buffs. I prepared a tier list in 3 different categories: early game, mid game, and end game. Early game spots generally represent areas that can be grinded with 12 gear set, typically up to 240 AP, one-shot type spot. Mid game spots represents regions within the 240 and 300 AP range. These mostly include Serenity LVS spots, Calpheon LVS spots, Sacred Underwater Ruins, Jade Starlight Forest, Gaifen Russia Underground. Yes, you heard right, we will start to count Gaifen Russia Underground as mid-game spot. Endgame spots represent areas with 300 AP and above. These spots usually have their own mechanics, and almost all of them may require different combos, add-ons, and different gameplays. Therefore, we can say that this is the type of spot where players face the most difficulty, because what is needed starts to become not just your gear, but also experience about game and also for your class mechanics. You are currently seeing the values of Dosa class on the screen. The Dosa class appears to have found its place in the upper sections of the table as a result of incoming buffs and nerfs. Yes, class still very strong. The main difference between Succession and Awakening lies in their AoE and DPS capabilities. Succession is somewhat better in single target DPS, while the Awakening class is slightly weaker in DPS compared to Succession, but shows a clear advantage of AoE. Additionally, I should mention that considering the party buffs from the Awakening Dosa passive, we can say it is S+ tier in party spots. However, due to the lack of the party PvE content, we have generally determined its performance to be S tier overall. In terms of gameplay, both weapon forms are quite easy and newbie friendly. It would be quite appropriate to recommend Awakening Dosa to someone who is new to the game. Finally, I would like to explain some situations we pay attention to while making the evaluation of classes. I hope to answer some questions that might be on the viewer's mind. When determining the average PvE performance in Black Desert Online, many factors are taken into consideration. A tier list is not prepared based solely on performance in one spot. Especially in endgame stages, classes that can perform differently in various types of spots make it challenging to calculate an average. For example, we can say that Awakening Tamer class is by far the best class in Tundra Ruins. However, When we consider its performance in other sports, its average would be 8.5 out of 10. Therefore, you will see it in S tier category, not S+. So keep in mind that the tier list is prepared considering many examples like this. The main min-max factors affecting PvE are as follows. Of course, first thing is your gear level. Secondly, adjusting your max AP according to the existing sport's max AP cap. Knowing which consumables to prefer in which situation, which generally depends on the AP cap. How well do you understand the mechanics of the sport you're grinding? How can you integrate the potential of the class you are playing into that sport, such as cooldowns, AoE, and etc. What is the minimal respawn time in deck sports or your rotation in different sports, and how can you prepare the most ideal combo according to this time? You also need to ensure that the add-ons in your prepared combo are constantly active. Positioning is another criteria, familiarity with the mobility skills in your class is another thing, etc, etc, etc. Lastly, a topic that many people overlook, which I believe provides a performance increase about to 10% in almost every sport. Yes, you heard right, up to 10%. We can call this stable internet connection. Did you know that with a stable internet connection and lower ping, you can achieve more consistent and better PvE? I'm sure you will only feel this difference when you notice it, which is why I decided to include this in the video based on the feedback I received from all my viewers using the ExitLag program, which is my sponsor. Now, you will watch a short video explaining how ExitLag works and how it affects the game, and afterwards, you will move on to the tier lists. That's all from me for this explanation part. I hope you guys like my contents. Do not forget, BDO is just a game. Have a nice game. ExitLag is a fantastic program that has helped me get ahead in almost every game I've played for years. ExitLag is not only for games but also can be used with many other applications that require an online connection. ExitLag is more than just an optimization tool, it is the ultimate solution for enhancing your gaming experience. It addresses server related issues and offers dedicated routes to ensure smooth and lag-free gameplay. The developers have been working on the program for years and they have now turned it into an AI supported system. This system identifies the best routes for data packets in real time, optimizing the connection across over 2,000 games server worldwide, routes data packs through up to 4 different paths simultaneously, ensuring faster, more secure, and fail-proof delivery. With over 1,000 servers across 5 continents and 18 million weekly optimization, ExitLag guarantees superior game performance regardless of user location. Click on the ExitLag link in the description section to enter the website. Create an account for yourself, then download the program using the download link on the website. The installation process will be very quick and simple. Once installation is complete, run the program and give it some time to optimize your connection. It's extremely easy to use. You select the game you're playing from here. On this page, you can choose a server if you wish, or you can leave it as the best server selected by the AI itself. I will briefly show you a difference right away with an example. The visuals on the screen display the response time while performing item repairs in BDO. In this situation, without ExitLag, I get around 100 ping. While using ExitLag, this value drops to about 40 to 50. As a result, I perform every action in the game with less latency. You will have a clear advantage in both PvE and PvP. With your new account, you can try a 3-day trial version. Please do not hesitate to use it. I have enabled nearly 400 players in BDO to use ExitLag. I have heard everyone say something like there's a difference like day and night regarding its effectiveness before and after using the program. The trial version does not require any information from you. Sign up and try. That's all. If you're satisfied, you can check the packages on the website. Finally, I recommend checking out the multiplayer packages as well. You can start with ExitLag with duo or squad packages. You can see the details on the screen that you can use the program with your friends. This way, you will enhance your friends' gaming experience too. For details, click the link provided in the description and do not hesitate to explore ExitLag. You can be sure that your online game performance will reach highest level.